I just wanted to share what happens whenever you adopt a kitten, cute little kitten, and then all of a sudden things change, or you don't find proper housing for them, or you're not able to work with, us even offering temporary fostering situations, or basically anything besides giving up your animal, and especially an animal that you've had since the kitten was 8 weeks old and super socialized and loving. Salem right now is completely shut down. All I'm trying to do right now is get this scratching post in here because he seems like, he could use a little bit of something to do. And, this is a kitten that I had in my house when I was fostering him. And this is what I'm dealing with every time I try to go in here. I just want to, I'm not even, my hand is way up here and I'm keeping it as close to the gate as possible. It's okay. It's all right. Because I'm actually going to zip tie this scratching post on there because I want him to have a place to, vent out his frustrations, apparently. But this is what we're having to go through just to get to this point. Ooh. So, sorry. Oh, stink. Jesus. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. Mind you, I haven't done anything to him, so I have barely even touched the poor guy. And that was just to get him from the carrier that they didn't buy him until that morning that they returned him. And he is coming at me every single time I try to open this. And he's a big kitty now. I'm just going to get this because it fell. Okay? Just going to take this. Okay? Alright, way up here. Way up here. I'm just taking this. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. All that work that we put into them to socialize them whenever they're younger. And now you've let them down. And this poor guy, I don't know. It's just incredibly sad. Incredibly sad that now we have to break through this wall that he's put up because he was left. He's not going to be happy just going straight into a foster home right now. He's got to basically decompress on his own and kind of get past what's happened. He had cat and dog friends in the house. The owner said, how loving he was and how sweet he was and how much fun he was. And, that wasn't the problem at all. It was just that she moved into a place that she couldn't have him anymore. And so at a year old now, here he is completely having to start over. And I don't blame him at all, not trusting people, not trusting anything. You can see his tail still flicking quite a bit. He's just completely guarded at this point in time. So, and this is the first time, I've been near him all day. I've been talking near him and not even interacting with him, really, just kind of letting him be. And then the first thing I try to go do this afternoon is to put the scratching post in there. But it's like this every time. I mean, anytime we do food or water or anything. And mind you, he barely eats, and it is basically when he is completely alone overnight, that's it. I'm fixing to have to switch out his food because, as you can see, his food, it's just probiotics that's on top of the canned food, but I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dried out. The wet food is dried out because he hasn't touched it at all today. So, I mean, I've given him Temptations, and he's kind of eaten a few of those. I've been working with him, but he's just miserable. And this is what happens. So you think, it's just you going through whatever situation you're going through. And you know what? And we totally work with people who have situations that they can't control. And we even offer temporary fostering if if it's instead of having to give up their pet, because their pet goes through this too, so it's not just them. So we want their pet to have them back as well. They're family to each other. Um, so we try everything, but whenever you just move and you don't think about your family member reacting like this, you know, we're not going to give up on him. We're going to work with him every single day, of course. I mean, I'm a pretty stubborn person, so he'll come out of this, but I hope they know, what he's going through right now, from this perspective. When you make those decisions, I have a 14-year-old cat. She's pretty much been through everything with me in every home that she wasn't allowed in, that she was allowed in. I hid her in, through hurricanes, through everything. She's been with me because I just couldn't do this. God forbid this is, an animal that goes back to a shelter. He's not going back to a shelter, but I'm just saying, if you had an animal that you adopted as a baby and then you had to return it back to the shelter that you got it from, or from any shelter, and now they're coming at the person whenever they open up the cage doors to try to feed them, that's, pretty much a death sentence for most of them. So this is just sad, and I wanted to share. We have a tough road ahead of us with this guy, but we're gonna work with him. Huh, Salem? Nope. Okay, well, I'm just gonna move this here. I'm just. Okay. Just fixing that. Sweet boy. Okay, sweet boy. I'm gonna close this up, okay? I'm gonna zip tie it from the outside, okay? I haven't even done anything. It's okay, bud. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Just let me put this up here, okay? It's alright. I'm just gonna put it here. It's okay. Alright, maybe we won't get that zip tied tonight.